Are loop makers ruining music production for everyone? Are you always using loops? Let's talk about it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified about more videos like this. Imagine this, right? You're a big producer and other people are sending you a bunch of loops. You make a really dope beat with one of those loops. You play that beat for a really big artist like Future or JJ Ice Fish, I don't know. They like the beat, but they're like, wait a minute, I heard this before. I heard this beat before. They play a beat that was sent to them by another producer and they're playing the same loop. How do you think that artist feels when they're hearing the same loop on a different beat? Do you even care? Personally, this happened to me. I played a beat in a studio session one time for an artist that I made with Splice, and I heard the exact same loop played on like Instagram with Soulja Boy or like another artist or something like that, a big artist at that, using the same loops that I used from like Splice. And some of the people in the studio were like, I heard this before somewhere, I can't remember where. And I was just low-key kind of just feeling like, where? Like, what are you talking about? And personally, when it happened to me, I didn't feel too great. Like, I was just like, oh, wow. You know, let's just play another beat. And this also happens to big producers. Look at TM88. He also said he's about done with loop makers. TM88 posted this on Twitter. I've been back on making everything from scratch. It's something about having something nobody else got. My biggest songs came from beats from scratch. I tried collaborating with other guys because that's what I like to do, but it's fucking up the business. Here's another tweet. I just don't think these guys respect the relationship we've built, and it shows. I actually sat and came up with ideas to keep loop guys involved with the process. I bring them into Zoom, Discord, etc. to let them know not to send stuff out, and they do it anyway. Too much oversaturating with the same samples being sent out to thousands of producers. It's like we're in a race to see who can get the beat placed the fastest, and that's not music. Once again, I respect the hustle, but at some point, we gotta make these guys hustle like we do. Personally, I like using loops. You know, I like creating loops. You know, if you want to download some loops from me, go to themusicgame.com. There's a link in the description with some of my loops that I've made. I like using other people's loops from like Splice and stuff like that. Some of you guys even send me loops and I like using them. And without a doubt, in my mind, I know for sure some of you guys are sending those out to other people. And honestly, that's fine. Personally, I really don't like it when the same loop gets played by another producer and the other person figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh wait, you guys have the same loop. You know, I don't like that situation. And on the other side of the coin, loop makers are struggling just like you and me, you know, producers and stuff like that. They're producers too. They're struggling just like everybody else. They may lack in other areas, so they're sending out loops to a whole bunch of producers, maybe thousands of producers who are big producers and stuff like that, just to get a little bit of ounce of chance to make it. And in my personal opinion, if you really want loop makers to stop sending other people loops and stuff like that, why not just make them a W-2 employee? You know, why not just hire them onto your business? That way you have them working for you. Anything being sent to you, you know, make sure you copyright it or whatever, however you go about it. I don't know. And if they decide to get a little bit of ounce of inspiration and send that out to somebody else, you can just fire them or just call up a lawyer and get busy. And you know, most of the time people are probably just sending out loops because, you know, they look at their bank account and they're just like, damn, I need something to change. I need to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the other side too, where, you know, people are sending you a bunch of loops and, you know, you may not even use majority of them. You might use one or two, to be honest with you. Hiring them may not be a great option monetarily wise. But, you know, if you like something from somebody and you're a big producer and you have the money and the resources, just hire them. Put them on a 9-to-5 schedule, you know what I'm saying? Where they're making loops for you. Keep using that here and there. Or maybe just have like a contract, a negotiation type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Where they're sending you a bunch of loops at a certain period of time. And once that period of time ends, you're no longer paying them. Should things be done this way? Should big producers just hire smaller people who make really great loops and just make them employees? Let me know what you guys think about this. Are big producers just complaining too much? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Honestly, I agree with TM88 and you know how that feels when other people are just playing the same loops and it looks really bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like all your other beats, did you not create that too? You know what I'm saying? So, but on the other side, it's like, dang, these people are struggling. You know, I've seen other people talk about this, that, you know, these big producers are probably sending out 100 beats to different people. You know what I'm I'm saying? And it's like, you know, you're sending out a bunch of beats. You know, why can't I send out a bunch of loops? You know what I'm saying? I'm not being paid by you. You're not giving me no money. I'm broke as hell. That's what other loop producers are probably thinking right now. Why should I even care to only send you loops when I'm broke as hell? You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think in the comments. Should big producers just hire loop makers? Should loop makers just stop sending out samples to everybody, or just send out samples to one person at a time and then make new loops for other people? Let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and follow me on social media on Instagram, TikTok, links in the description. Also guys, go ahead and check out some of these other videos if they fit well to you and what you're trying to do. Let me know what other videos you want to see on this channel. You guys stay safe. Peace.